Hi, welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the NBA Odds Couple show for Saturday, April 2nd. And Mike Brenner, my very well-respected co-host who's usually sitting next to me, is on the beach today, but like a trooper, as always, calling in remotely, taking a 15-minute break out of his partying and shenanigans to give us some free picks that have been profitable overall. Right, Mike Brenner?
Absolutely, buddy. Nice to talk to you, Pistol Pete. Yeah, I'm in Punta Leona going to a big wedding tonight on the beach, but I'm ready to produce tonight. I went 2-4 last night. That's unacceptable, and you know as well as anybody, I'm going to bounce out of this, and I take it personal. But with that being said, yeah, I've got 4 very powerful picks tonight, my man.
All right, that sounds good. Sometimes a change of scenery can just change things up. Just a change for its own sake can help.
You know
And I was
like
thinking about
if my losing scenery might help.
Yeah, if my losing continues, I was thinking about starting to do the odds couple shows upside down until I start to give winners again.
Okay.
Sometimes just a change can help out. All right, so we got 5 games on the card tonight. Mike Brenner, I'll tell you right now, I bet 4 totals, all unders, and I'm willing to give them all as picks in this show. What do you think about that?
I think you need to pull the trigger, Pistol Pete.
I got 4 totals, all of them unders. I'm going to pull the trigger on all of them. The first one was, let's just go down each game then. First game was the overnight on Indy and Philadelphia. I got it at 204. Now it's 203 or 203.5 market wide. Philly's on a back-to-back. They lost to Charlotte, but they covered. And I think that Indy is looking to clamp down on defense because they've been a little bit mad at themselves for giving up so many points in the paint. I took the under on the overnight, and right now I'll give under 203.5 as my first pick. What do you think about that, Mike Brenner? You have anything to say about Indy Philly?
You got to be careful of Indiana. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. And Frank Vogel he's going to be looking for a job if he don't straighten the ship up real quick. And bottom line, the 76ers were getting 15 in that game and only lost by 9.
Yeah.
They were actually in it until the last 3 minutes. All right, they're involved in a 3-team teaser that I have because I don't think the Pacers can beat anybody by more than 17 points.
Okay, well, we'll get to your teaser in a second when we hear the other 2 legs. The second game, Chicago and Detroit. I took the under in that one, and I took it at I think I took it at 204. Now it's now it's 204 or 204.5 market wide. Actually, it's only 204 at Heritage, so that's kind of a good sign. I will take the under 204.5 in Detroit and Chicago. Detroit's on a back-to-back. They lost at home to Dallas. Chicago, of course, as always, banged up, and this is kind of an important game here. The Bulls have also gone under recently. Pistons 3 straight unders. Under 204.5 is one of my picks. What do you think about that? And what do you think about Detroit at Chicago, Mike Brenner?
I mean this, Pistol Pete. I think you're going to nail that one because Chicago, and I'm not exaggerating, but their perimeter shooting has dipped below 30%. All right, Jimmy Butler is only shooting 38% from the field. This team is struggling. So when you couple that with Detroit's lockdown defense, because I'm telling you, Stan Van Gundy, he told these boys, if we don't start playing defense like we're used to playing, then we don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Right.
And that shit gets in these players' heads. Absolutely, you might be onto something there. And I have Detroit on my 3-team teaser. So just to keep that in mind.
Okay, so you have them on your teaser, but you're not going to take them on the full game. I mean, on the straight bet.
Game, but I like that. I like that number for the under for you.
Okay.
And again, that's why they call you totals Loshak. Okay.
All right, and now let's move on to Toronto and the Spurs. This one is a little bit frustrating. The opener was 197.5. I loved it. Now though, it's 193.5, 194, or 194.5 market wide. The Chris Books, Bookmaker, DSI, all of them still have 194.5. So losing those 3 points, we've seen this time and time again. This one could easily fall 195 or 196, and the Sharpies who hit the under early will cash, and the Taylors will lose. But for the purposes of our record keeping in these videos, I will give the under 194.5 in Toronto, San Antonio. Toronto, of course, on a back-to-back. They won at Memphis, and the Spurs are playing a bunch of guys. They should have their normal game plan in here, play a great game, and play good defense. What do you think about Toronto, San Antonio,
well,
Mike
Pistol
Brenner?
Pete, first of all, I'm proud of you for pulling the trigger on so many plays. It's about damn time you grew some balls. And you just said it last week. I need to get some balls. Well, now you got it. Now you're getting me going with Toronto. I went off on Coach Dwayne Casey the other day, and rightfully so. Last night, they screwed me on a first half against Memphis. All right, they had literally one starter in health. They put the fucking peanut bender in there, I promise you, and they still didn't cover the game, didn't cover the halves. Toronto is not a first seed in the East whatsoever. They will get blown out. I love the Spurs on the first quarter against Toronto, and check this out. the first quarter's -3.5. Toronto will not know what hit them. All right.
Right.
Kwame Leonard's going to come at them early. So I got the Spurs on the quarter -3.5. And guess what, Pistol Pete? I'm taking them on the first half -6.5 as well.
Wow. Okay. Spurs' first half line is split 6.5 or 7. It opened at 6, so it's clearly moving in your favor. 6.5 is still available at a bunch of places, and you're taking them on the first quarter. Well, yeah, 3.5, a huge first quarter line, but you nailed the OKC first quarter line. Okay, that's another pick from you. Then we have Sacramento, Denver, and this is another one that I hit the under on. It opened at 217.5. Now it's 216.5, but the Greek still has 217. So if the Greek ever has an outlying line, they are a major book, and we can give that line. So I will take the under 217 in Sacramento and Denver. Now, usually these teams go super, super high scoring, but Demarcus Cousins is out again here, and I'm feeling like Denver's actually they've been an overtrender at home, but I'm thinking that this game is a little bit of an anomaly, and I went with the under 217. It's a high total. Do you have anything to say about Sacramento and Denver? Demarcus Cousins out.
See, I can't refute your play whatsoever, and that is, you broke it down exactly correct. In Denver at home, all right, they do lock down on defense. You take Demarcus Cousins out of the picture, that changes everything.
Yeah.
So I like what you have on that, Pistol Pete. And again, I'm not a totals guy, but that makes sense to me. But what I am pulling the trigger on for my play, because Demarcus Cousins is out and Sacramento is such a mess, this team just wants to go home. All right, Denver is led by a very good coach in Mike Malone. All right, I like the Nuggets on the first half -5.5. I think they come out early, and if it's still available at 5.5, that's where I'm locking my money in.
Yep, this is just like the Spurs one. It's creeping up. The opener was 5. That's not available now, but it is 5.5 or 6 market wide. The Chris books have 6. Everywhere else is 5.5. So Denver -5.5 is absolutely available. And
again, and I got to throw this in there. You know how I love the locker room banner, okay?
Yeah.
All right, they're playing in Sacramento. All right, they're at home. I mean, Denver is,
Right.
okay? Sacramento is the team that fired Mike Malone, all right? And they
Right.
did it prematurely. The biggest mistake they made. Now he's in Denver coaching up a team where there's no stars whatsoever. I mean, he is making guys stars that didn't even barely have a good college career. All right. He is that good of a coach. So not only will he get the win because Demarcus Cousins is out, he'll get the win because he wants to beat this team. Every time he faces them, Pete, he wants to put the beat down. So they're going to turn it on early, take the Nuggets first half -5.5. It is gold, baby.
That makes me a little bit nervous then for the under then, and the first half over is also a very high total.
That's your under. Hey, Pete, I have not let you down yet, and you know that. So trust me, don't worry. It's not going to affect your under.
Okay, sounds good. And all right, so we have Denver -5.5. Oh, the other thing I wanted to ask you about, the Kings have covered 7 out of their last 8, though. In general, they've been undervalued. You know that, right?
Yes, and I know that. But DeMarcus Cousins, right there, you're missing 27 points,
Absolutely.
13 boards, and believe it or not, 3 blocks, and the guy has 4 assists a game. All right, and that's not counting the 1 or 2 steals he gets from time to time. You take that off the boards tonight because he's not playing. It's done. I love my play. I'm not even questioning it, Pistol Pete.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. And then the last game, which I didn't touch, but I'm tempted to touch, and I'll tell you why in a second, is Miami-Portland. Miami, of course, won at Sacramento last night. Dwayne Wade is out again reportedly tonight. Portland is at home, rested, and I'm tempted to take Portland on the first half -3. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
Well, that's another pick of mine, buddy. I love Portland on the half because I knew D. Wade is sitting. All right, Amari Stoudemire, who is like 78 years old now, that guy's got to be getting tired. So Chris Bosh is not back. Joe Johnson really has gotten inconsistent since they acquired him from the Brooklyn Nets. So I love it. Damian Lillard is waiting. They're licking their chops. All right, they're healthy and they're rested. So take Portland on the half -3. That is absolutely just a smart pick. That's an investment.
All right, you know what? I'm going to. I tailed you on Portland in the first half with Boston. Seemed like a good pick, but we both lost on that one. But I will tail you on this one because I was leaning that way again. Anyway,
I like that. Let's get the bounce back opportunity.
I'll go with you on that one. Portland, Portland.
Boston brought it last night. Nobody could refute that.
Portland on the first half -3. All right, so I'll review my 5 picks and then you review your picks, Mike Brenner. I'm on Indy Philly under 203.5, Detroit Chicago under 204.5, Toronto Spurs under 194.5, Sacramento Denver under 217, and Portland first half -3. That's 5 plays. Mike Brenner, what do you have?
Okay, here I'm going to review mine. I have Portland on the first half -3. I got the Spurs on the first quarter -3.5. The Spurs on the first half -6.5. The Denver Nuggets on the first half -5.5. and a 3-team ticket casher, baby, and I love it. This is a 3-team teaser with the 76ers plus 17.
Yep.
San Antonio Spurs will be minus 5.5 after that 6-point adjustment.
Yep.
And the Detroit Pistons, I love this, getting 8.5 after the adjustment.
There you go. All right, so how many picks is that total for you, Mike Brenner?
That is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks, Pistol Pete. And guess what? I might sweep that board tonight because I'm feeling it. I'm away from the office.
You're at the beach.
Tranquilo, as they say in Spanish. I'm with my brother-in-law. He's the same one. He was my usual suspect in Colombia, so I know what's going down tonight.
All right, Mike Brenner feeling the Costa Rican beach vibes. Hopefully we'll both have a huge day here, both having 5 picks on the Saturday card with just 5 games. Mike Brenner, thanks so much, and we will be back again for the Monday NBA card for the Monday NBA Odds Couple Show.
Absolutely. And listen, hey, you paid off your debt yesterday at Hooters when you lost that bet. Well, the next one is at a place called Chubb's. So you're buying me lunch next week also, Loshak.
Okay. Sounds good,
All right,
Mike Brenner.
bud.
Thanks so
Have a
much.
great day.